Have you ever felt an emptiness that's hard to describe? That mix of sadness, longing, and a kind of heaviness in your chest. That thing we call missing someone. But really, how much do we know about what happens inside us when that feeling comes up? Missing someone isn't just a fleeting emotion. It's a complex inner process that involves your mind, your body, and your soul. And understanding it can help you get through it with more awareness. Why do we feel so much when we miss someone?
From a psychology point of view, missing someone is a sign of connection. It's a sign that there was a strong emotional connection. John Bowlby, who started the attachment theory, explained that humans need to be close to others from the moment we're born. This need isn't a weakness. It's a deeply rooted way to survive. When we're near people who matter to us, our nervous system calms down. We feel calm, safe, and like we belong. But when that person isn't there anymore, because of distance, a breakup, or a loss, an alarm system goes off inside us. And that discomfort, what we call missing someone, is the result. The brain sees that absence as a threat to our emotional balance. That's why we feel anxiety, sadness, emptiness, or even the heaviness of physical distress. It's not just about loss. It's emotional brain science.
What the mind does when we miss someone, the brain doesn't easily tell the difference between what's absent and what's gone forever. It just senses a disconnection. So it starts looking for clues, memories, anything that lets it get back, even just symbolically, that connection that seems lost. That's why we relive moments, think about that person, hold on to objects, songs, phrases. All of that is an inner attempt to fix a connection that we still feel is necessary for our safety and emotional well-being. There might also be a part of us that resists, because missing someone isn't just wanting them back, it's also facing what's no longer there, and that moves us deeply.
When we miss someone, we carry a deep emotional world with us because missing someone doesn't just mean loss. It's also a way to acknowledge something that was valuable to us. This way, our mind is showing us which connections left a deep mark inside us. What parts of that relationship or situation made us feel good, and what parts of us were tied to that experience. Nostalgia, from a more philosophical view, can be seen as a sign of who we are. We miss what connected us to what was real, to love, to joy, to truth. For Plato, the soul remembered what was essential, and sometimes what we call pain from absence is just the soul trying to reconnect with what once made it feel whole.
From a spiritual perspective, no matter what you believe, missing someone can also be seen as an invitation, a call to look at how you live your relationships, how much you let yourself love, how much of yourself you put into that relationship that's now missing.
When you miss someone, you're actually facing an opportunity to come back to yourself, to figure out your true emotional needs, and to choose how to respond to that emptiness. Emptiness isn't always something that needs to be filled. Sometimes it's a pause, a sacred space where something new is growing. So, what do we do with the emotions that weigh us down today? First, recognize them. Don't play them down. Don't hide them. Avoiding them won't help us get over them at all. Know that feeling isn't a mistake, it's a tool. Opening up to nostalgia doesn't mean getting stuck in it. It's not the same as depression. Instead, it's about accepting and allowing it to be with us for a while, as we get used to the idea that there are things we'll always love, but we won't always need them.
Missing someone can also give us very valuable information about ourselves. What parts of that person or moment were important? What part of us was active in that connection? What can we do with that knowledge today? When we stop fighting the feeling and start to understand it, something changes. The pain becomes less sharp and scary. It turns into a kind of messenger. We can start looking back with thanks instead of sadness. We can rebuild current relationships with more awareness, knowing what we admire in another person. We can even heal parts of ourselves we didn't know needed attention. This way, an inner pain like the one caused by an absence can be turned into action. Not to forget or distract ourselves, but to change into something new.
Everyone misses someone at some point in our lives, and what we feel and what happens to us is natural. It's part of life itself, and it makes a lot of sense. It's logical. And there's a way out, even if it takes us a while to find it. In the process, we might find a pain we don't like, that we might think is unfair. But these emotions also tell us about our ability to love, to connect, to bond. They're not just feelings from outside things. They tell us about ourselves and who we are. As Viktor Frankl said, pain stops being suffering the moment it finds meaning. And that meaning can show up if we let ourselves look inside. It's not about erasing what was or forgetting it. It's about bringing it into ourselves, to let that connection, even though it's absent, keep living in us, not as a wound, but as a mark. Because not everything that leaves is truly lost. Sometimes it just changes form, and it keeps being with us from a different place. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. That way you'll help me keep making content. Thank you so much.